We had just begun mining activities in a deeper cavern when disaster struck. Molten lava and magma is slowly eroding the perimeter of Rock Raider HQ. We have located another cavern nearby that is safe, but the ship's transporter is being repaired and cannot be used. We must get to a safer cavern by foot. Try to prevent the magma from advancing by building a perimeter power path around Rock Raider HQ. There is hard rock between the safe cavern and us, and we must use dynamite to blast through. Build up Rock Raider HQ until we can train a Rock Raider to use dynamite. Then escort the rest of the Rock Raiders to the safe cavern. Once you have made it there safely, resume mining and collect 15 energy crystals.
Okie dokie, that's our mission objective. Okay, so good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Manic Miners, like a Rock Raiders Remastered, whatever you want to call it.
A landslide has occurred.
I thought we would play a little bit more of this game. I thought we would play a little bit more of this game because there's still some more things I want to show you, and there's still some other things I want to talk about. So this is the main thing I wanted to show you. We have seen the lava before. We saw it in the very first episode, our very first video. I showed you some lava, but I want to go a little bit further than that. I want to show you a bit more lava. And this will show you a mechanic that we didn't actually get to see previously in the previous time I showed you some lava, is of course that lava can erode, you see, as it's doing here, you see. Has these sort of explosive convulsions, I suppose, whatever you want to call them, and that allows it to, well, it means it creeps up on you, and it starts to get quite close, as it's already doing here, which is going quite fast, which is going to take quite a long time to sort out if I'm not careful. And thinking about it, we don't have an air constraint here, so I really ought to have as many troops as we've got, actually, thinking about it. So this is, oh goodness, this is interesting. Okay, so they have changed this a little bit. You didn't used to get these explosions before. It used to just translate from, you know, a blank square to a slightly eroded square to a bit more eroded square to an almost completely eroded square to then finally what will become, well, just a pure bed of lava. Okay, there we go. So we've done that, so that's good. Now let me, there we are. We build us a new tool store, because what we want to do basically is run away from the lava. So let me just wait for all of this stuff to get put in here, and then we will start doing some more running. Basically, is the idea. Okay. So as that brief said, in this mission, our objective basically is to run away from the lava, because we don't like the lava, because it's very, very dangerous, and lava is held back by this power path, which is not completely, not going to completely stop it forever, but it might slow it down, at least a bit. Right, let's get some people equipped with the proper tools that they need. Get them hammers and such like. There we are. I've also just realised I shouldn't be, drill wall is what I'm trying to say, and I'm failing miserably too. Please forgive me. Right, sorry. I never seem to record games at the right time. I either record them too early or I record them too late in the day. And everything always goes thoroughly jugs up. Right. Anyway, but isn't the lava pretty? Isn't the lava pretty? It's got a really, really nice texture on it. Very spooky. Right. Anyway, so let's keep moving. Because you might think we're safe, right? From this, because we've got our nice line of path. But guess what? We need to also, we don't just need to run away from lava, we also need to get 15 energy crystals. And sorry to have to break it to you, but there's basically none here. So we need to start moving ourselves to a place where there is lots of oh, I can start using my hotkeys actually, can't I? Look at that. There we go. Yeah. Yes, we need to, see, look. See, it can still erode through, and it will erode through, which means you don't have all the time in the universe. But what I am interested to see, quite a lot actually, is how they react to different paths. How sort of their pathfinding AI has changed a bit, because they didn't used to be the brightest sparks in the box, shall we say, and they would often walk across lava to do stuff, which, yeah, was not the smartest move that any human being has ever made, walking through molten lava, but, you know, such things have been known to happen. Anyway. And if you're wondering why I'm continually sort of beaming down and then beaming back up, teleport, tool stores even, is because I want to get my stock closer. Because if I left it here, you see, when they went to get their dynamite, they'd have to walk all the way around, and it would take basically forever. And because we're building power path, we may as well take advantage of it. So I should probably set some of this to be reinforced before it falls over on someone's head and kills them. There we go, that's a bit better. This is pretty. I really wanted to see the lava environment, the lava sort of, I don't know, biome, whatever we want to call it. It's just, it's very sort of dark and spooky, and it'll get even spookier when there's lava monsters around. They're not fun either. But anyway, let's keep blasting our way through here so that we can actually get access to the next cavern where we will be safe and we can get on with our work. And I see that we have a little friend. Hello, indeed.
Sounds good.
I love their little voices. They have the cutest voices in the world. There's an indication of things to come. Right. I'm hesitant to reinforce these walls. I'm happy, frankly, just to leave them as they are, rather than anything else. But, right, there we are. That's all of that cleared up. We can now blow this up. That's okay. Sorry, I will try to stop swooning over just how much I adore this game. I promise to try and stop doing that for at least a few minutes. I promise to try and stop doing that. Hooray! We did it! We got to where we need to go. Excellent. So that means now that, oh gosh. Well, we could do that, but I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to beam that building up because we don't need it anymore. And we are going to go mine crazy. And I don't mean that in the... I don't mean Mr. Crazy. I don't mean Mr. Crazy. We are going to start mining some stuff out. Because I haven't really used the controls much. And what I also realised I haven't done is I haven't used first person mode. Oh, wow. Oh wow, this environment in first person reminds me a bit of Doom. Oh goodness. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but that's a heck of a view. Anyway, right. Oops. Oh, is that me or is that someone else? No, I think I'm still drilling even though I've fallen down. That is dedication to the job, whoever you are. I don't know if that's intentional or whether that's a bug, but I'm not going to complain about it. I'm just going to be happy that I still get to play this fun game because there's still more things that I can show you, which gives me an excuse to play this game. Right. Anyway, how many crystals have we got? We've got 5 crystals so far, right. You're all very hungry for sandwiches, aren't you? But there's not going to be a lot that we can actually do here once we've actually... once we've gotten our 15 crystals, there's not actually an awful lot we're actually going to be able to do here, so I'm probably not going to stick around after we've got our 15 crystals, because, you know, there's not a lot here. There's not an awful lot here, and obviously all this lava will continue to erode along, and get further and further and further down these paths. The only reason it can't get up here is because this is an incline, you see. This is like a good 30-degree angle or something, and lava can't go up. That is the one advantage that we have over the lava. I guarantee you it cannot go up. Or at least it couldn't. Which is one thing I also like about this game. Even though it's just a remake of a game that I've put hundreds of hours into, it's still really fun. Because every time I think I know something, until I've double checked it, I can't be sure. So for all I know, this can go up. For example, all this lava, this is eroding much faster than it used to back in the original, for example. And like landslides happen a lot more than they used to. So here comes our 15th and our 16th crystal. Excellent. So yeah, hang on, we'll just keep playing just for the just to let you in, because I just don't want to leave that one behind. Go on, pop it in. There we go. Brilliant. Okay, so that was that. That was very quick, but hopefully you got to see a little bit of the lava-y environment. But yeah, it's fun that even when I think I know something about this game, I do have to double check it first.
Trained and explosive expert got to the safe cavern and collected all 15 energy crystals. Good job.
Those numbers kind of pale in comparison to the, what was it, like 150 crystals we got at the end of Frozen Frenzy, and like 400 pieces of ore. It's quite scary. Okay, what do we have here?
Waterworks. Rock hard.
Rock hard is quite interesting. Rock hard will at least allow me to show you one little thing that I haven't been able to show you. What I would quite like to show you, though,
Waterworks.
is some water and some boats. I'm just trying to remember which of these missions is which. I think, unless I'm wildly mistaken, I think it's this one.
Okay, Rock Raider, are you ready for the next mission? A flood has left many of our Rock Raiders stranded on islands in an underground lake. You must establish our Rock Raider HQ and construct the docks. Once you have achieved this, get a rapid rider, rescue the stranded Rock Raiders, and bring back any energy crystals that they have collected. We need a total of 20 energy crystals.
I have a funny feeling. No, ignore my funny feeling. I am what we in the trade call a right twit. Oh, please tell me you're German. Please tell me that's a German accent. Hang on. Shh.
Acknowledged.
No, I don't think you are German. I think you're American. Can't quite place that accent. Okay, right, sorry. I panicked for a moment. I thought, I just saw like a perfectly straight line of wall across this along the side, and what looked like a perfectly straight line across the back. And I panicked for a minute because I thought the mission hadn't actually been made. So yeah, I was freaking out about that for a minute. But actually, as it transpires, everything's fine, and I'm panicking about absolutely nothing. So anyway.
An energy crystal has been found.
See what I mean? See what I mean? All I need to do is mention something, and this game gives me a beautiful example of it happening. So, there was me saying I assume things, and then I get them proved wrong almost immediately. And that's exactly what's happened here, because I've just realised this water is not the same as all the other water we've been seeing. That's because they've now got two water textures. One for the rock landscapes, and one for the ice landscapes. That never used to be there. Mind you, I don't think this little bit connecting it to the back wall was there either, thinking about it. Oh, as you can see, this is quite a big one. This is quite a big one. Excuse me. Yeah, they've got two water textures. They've got this one, which is just sort of a naturally moving, slow moving. I would like you to just sort that out. I also just realised there's not an awful lot of air here, so I really ought to get on with things, hadn't I? Right, build one, just to remind myself which way around the power station goes. Yes, build there, please. Right, yeah, they've got different textures for the water. You never used to have that. You just used to have something that basically looked like this, but had a little bit more movement to it, for both of them. But yes, the other texture then must mean that they've designed that so that it looks sort of a bit frozen, like sort of like a glacier or something, if that's the correct way to pronounce that word, rather than just normal water. So that's nice. Again, attention to detail. It's things that I very much approve of. Okay, let's actually we needn't really bust through there. We've got more than enough resources to get going. So anyway, I'll tell you a little bit more about the mission. The mission is sort of twofold. It's basically a bit like the standard mission where you're just collecting crystals, but also a bit like the Breathless mission, I think it's called, where we had to rescue some folks. We need to find some folks that have got lost, and we also need to collect some crystals once we've actually rescued them. So that's going to be, well, slightly tricky indeed, because the way that I would like to do this is to use a tunnel transport. Not just because it's amazingly cool, as cool as she is. It would also be a lot more efficient, because they're quite far away, and it's going to take quite a bit of time to get there. I suppose we could possibly get a cargo carrier. They only cost 4. Cargo carrier costs 4. Then we get like a vehicle on top of that. That would be like 6. I don't know if we're going to have quite enough crystals to do that. But Yes. Oh, actually, thinking about it, that's something else that I've just realised. It's completely pointless because we don't have any monsters to deal with. However, I've never shown you any electric fence. Because the electric fence acts as a perimeter to deter monsters from assaulting your base. And I'd quite like to see it, because it's new. Go on, zap. Zap. Okay, why are you not zapping? This is completely pointless. This is really wasting our precious resources of time here. But they usually fire like little, because it's called electric fence, obviously, they fire electric pulse. And it used to fire electric pulse between them and between any buildings they were connected to. But they don't seem to do that anymore, or possibly that just hasn't been implemented yet. But anyway, that's completely irrelevant. This is the electric fence. It is something new that I have not shown you before, so I'm doing it now. Isn't that cute? Right. Let's actually get on with life, shall we? Right, let's build ourselves a support station so we actually have enough air to breathe. And my noisy phone can go off again. Sorry about that. Anyway, so yeah, I might build ourselves a docks, which again is something I haven't shown you before, so that would be quite cool to display to you. We're going to need to build it in quite a squiffy sort of way, but everything in my life is a bit squiffy, so we'll ignore that and we'll just get on with things. Okay, give me a few minutes to comb up a little bit of this stuff, and then we'll get on with life, okay?
An energy crystal has been found.
Ah, whoa, 5? 5 in a single rock. Goodness, that is a rarity. Okay, that definitely means I can do what I wanted to do. Okay, that's brilliant then. Right, let us start constructing a docks. There we go. And docks is even slightly new to me, given the fact that I use it so frequently, because I'm more of an airman than a seaman. Anyway, moving swiftly on. Plus, I'm sure he will like it. Whatever his name is, Bandit. I'm sure Bandit will like it because, well, he is a boat type person, I suppose. I don't have any words. Here we go. The docks. Which isn't actually connected to power yet because we haven't finished this. There we are, now we've connected to power. Can we upgrade this? No. Not because we haven't got enough stuff. Oh, good. You don't actually need a. I was suddenly thinking you might need a super teleport pad to get the cargo carrier, but you don't, which is brilliant. So let me get us this, I suppose. Oh yes, that is very cool. Do I need a driver? Yes, I do, which I don't think you needed in the original, but that is fine because you, my friend, yes, I have plenty of water for you to live in. I'm sorry, what did you say, my good sir? Get in the boat at once. Now, I have to admit, I've got no idea what I'm doing in this bit. Right, let me get ourselves a vehicle. A small land-bound drilling machine, that sounds about right. Where's me? There I am. Let's get me in this thing. Into this digger. There we go. Now I've got to try and get you into this thing, which could prove to be quite difficult. Let me try putting you over here. And see if I can get you to pick this thing up. Like that. Brilliant! That actually worked shockingly well. Right, turn its lights on. Yes, definitely do that. Upgrade vehicle. What? Add lava capacity. Fascinating. I'm just sorry. It's just that slightly baffled me. You can upgrade this thing to carry itself across lava, which makes me curious as to how you'd get it on lava, because of course there's no place where water and lava intersect with each other. That's not how stuff works. So that makes me curious. If you can pick this thing up with the tunnel transport, then you could pick it up out of the water and then drop it into the lava. You could do that. That might work. How do I unload you? Drop resource or vehicle. There we go. And then we'll put you here. And I'm suddenly going to worry that I've done something wrong because this doesn't seem very familiar. But never mind. This man is going to bust through this wall. Oh, brilliant. Excellent. I've done everything absolutely correctly. Well, I mean, not everything correctly, because I'm starting to worry that you guys can't actually reach the yeah, this is a long road to wherever it is we're going. It's a very shockingly, scarily long road to where we're going. Ah, I see. There's a pathway that hasn't been uncovered. That explains why they can't get there. Right, you, my friend, who are you?
Rock Raider.
Nat. Excellent. Good work. Get over there and open that pathway up. I don't think this used to be enclosed before. This previously used to be open. However, I think they've done that because of a common problem with the AI in this mission, which meant while you were desperately trying to build your support station to give yourself life-giving oxygen, people would randomly run off down this pathway. Down this shockingly, scarily, worrisomely long pathway. People would run all the way down it to reach some tiny bit of rubble that was probably like over here or something, miles and miles and miles away, which was amazingly infuriating when they would do that. So anyway, what am I going to do? What I'm going to do is I'm going to get you back in here, like this, because we need to get these crystals over there so that we can meet our 20 do our quota. So let me bring you over here, and all those people have run off in order to get those crystals, haven't they? Yes, they have, and when they get there, they're going to complain they haven't got any sandwiches, and they're going to run all the way back. Yes, I know how these folks work. But never mind, it doesn't matter. Let me get us a truck, little truck, and the person to drive it, which, thinking about it, you would have done absolutely fine. And as such, I'm actually going to get rid of you because you're just going to be a pain in the bum if you're not. Anyway, let me pop you down. There we go. And then you drive over here to the power station.
Support station.
And then you get out of your truck and you have a sandwich. Let's beam that up. And then as soon as you're finished with your sandwiches, which I don't know if I've shown this or not, but I have noticed that the characters with specific voice lines, like Bandit and Doc and Sparks and such like, and Jet, I've noticed that they have specific lines for when they are eating sandwiches, which is quite possibly the greatest thing in the history of the universe. Right, okay, so now we've got ourselves a transport truck with some people, or with a person in it rather. And you may be wondering, why precisely can't the digger carry it when it has exactly the same loading bay on the back of it that the truck has? Why is that a thing? That is a question that has never been answered in the history of this game, and nobody understands why that's the case. It is the case, it's the case that we have to deal with, but nobody knows why. Anyway. Oh, this will be interesting. Yeah, look, they all want sandwiches now, you see. So when they get there, they're going to say, oh, I haven't got any sandwiches, and they're going to go all the way. And no, they are not. Goodness, they've been programmed smartly. Who did the programming for this game? They are a very smart person. Anyway, this will be more efficient because, of course, they can get 3 at once, and they can take the much more direct route of, of going via water. No, you come over here, my friend. And you pick him up. There we go. I love the little animations. The animations are so smooth, they're so correct. And they're just so in line with how it would actually work if it were really made of Lego. Which, I don't know, pleases me. Right, anyway, so how many crystals have we got right now? We've got 8 now, we've got 3 in the back of you, we could beam you up for 3 more. There's also 3 there. I don't know how many is coming back. 3, 4... Probably just a 4, I think, yeah. That takes us to 12. Oh no, there's 6 coming back. So there's 6 coming back, plus the 6 we've got here, will give us exactly 20, I think. Yes. Right, okay. Let's get them in the truck, or in the power station even, if I could remember how to speak the English language, which would be a small miracle. You can pick that up. There we go. Obviously, I know it's clipping through the floor a little bit, but that wouldn't normally happen if we had flat ground to work with. We just don't have any flat ground to work with, because this mission is famous for having no flat ground to work with. So let's grab these 3 as well while we're at it. And in case you're wondering what any of all of this is all basically just a great big long pathway. There are a number of crystals in here, and if you want to, you can get like a truck, or a couple of trucks, and a digger, and you can just have someone in the digger mining all of this out, and then travelling off to the next area, like up here, mining all of this out. You can get loads of crystals doing that. So that's usually a fun thing to do if you're looking for a more sort of long play of this mission. That's quite fun to do that, just mining out absolutely everything. But obviously you have to wait to reveal the people before you get your wait a minute. What are you doing, my friend? Are you driving back with only 2? You should be driving back with a full load. Right. Let's get you back in here. There we go. And hopefully this will allow us to unlock Bandit as well, so he'll be able to join us, which, actually, thinking about it, something I've just realised, which would be amazingly useful to do, would be actually to have, while people are here... What's wrong with you? Oh, I wouldn't worry about him, actually. I wouldn't worry about... Why do we just have standard miners? Where are my people? Where are my people? Where are my normal... There's not... Right. Where did all of these normal people come from? Why have only a few of my special people come down? Oh, no, they haven't, just a few... Oh, because those are the people that we rescued, aren't they? Aren't they, Phil? You and your completely empty head. For goodness sake, what is wrong with you, my friend? The answer to that is a lot. Like, an awful lot is wrong with my brain. Right, anyway, let's get you out of there. You should probably have some sandwiches, thinking about it. Let's beam that up, so that we have those 3 crystals. And then I want to perform a quick little experiment. No, I don't doubt that you want a sandwich, my friend. I've also noticed that when they're having their sandwiches, they've dropped it, so if there's someone else around who can pick it up, they may do that themselves, which is a lovely thing. I don't know where you went. Right, both of you, since we've got... no, I'd like to keep playing, please. Since we've got the docks, it would be a perfect opportunity to actually train these people to use boats, wouldn't it? So I'd like you to get out of that vehicle, because you probably are desperately hungry for a sandwich. You can also go train as a pilot, as a boatman. You can train as a boatman. And what I want to do is find out what happens when I beam this up. Something not exactly pitch perfect happens. That's a bit of a problem. I'm not quite sure how to solve that problem. I was wondering what was going to happen. And that's what's happened. No, you can't get that. Okay, don't worry, never mind, everything's fine. Oh well, I'll just put that out of view. It's not there. It's not there. Just chill. Everything's fine. Stop panicking. Stop worrying. Oh, it was nice. You know, we got to see some boats. We got to see bandits. We got to see lots of fun stuff.
You rescued the Rock Raiders and got 20 energy crystals. Good job. Mission complete.
Thank you very much. Right. Okie dokie.
I spy.
You look very, very badass. Right, I won't show you I Spy, because I Spy is extremely dependent on there being bad guys. So, we haven't been going very long, so I suppose that gives me an opportunity to just sort of relax a bit.
Crystal seams and or deposits. Unfortunately, the cave is too small for large drilling vehicles, and hard rock is blocking our progress. Positioning our buildings will be critical, as there is hardly any floor space. Once you have established the Rock Raiders HQ, train a Rock Raider to use dynamite and collect 20 energy crystals.
Indeed. Okay. So, this mission is quite interesting, because this mission operates in a very confined space. And I know what you're possibly thinking, how can it be too small for large drilling vehicles to get in here, if previously I've seen you drive a large drilling vehicle down something the size of this. And you know what, you're absolutely completely right. I can only guess that they wrote that line at some point when they were planning on large vehicles having to need 2 spaces, and then maybe they changed it because they decided that was too restrictive. I don't know, or maybe they just said that so that you try it in a different way. I haven't got a clue what's going on. I can't look into the brains of people that I've never met who worked on a game years before I was born. I can't do that, unfortunately, try as I may. You know, a multi-talented muppet as I am, that's not something I'm entirely capable of. So anyway, this is a fun one. This is a fun one. I like this one because this gives me the opportunity to fail miserably to correctly erect buildings. So I need to try and be very careful about the ways that I'm doing this, and I'm going to try. Actually, this is going to be a lot easier thinking about it, since they can walk through. Well, they can walk through buildings now. That's going to make things an awful lot easier, because previously you had to be careful that you didn't accidentally block off anything. Because you don't just need to fit buildings into this relatively small space, you also needed to fit a pathway that everyone could actually sort of wind their way through. So I should probably get on with actually constructing something, shouldn't I? Because it's going to be monstrously, well, suffocating if we don't, basically. And in case, well, not in case you're wondering, but, well, just for the sake of saying it, I suppose, you can't build anything in front of a recharge team, which I'll explain what those are actually for in a minute, but, because it's relevant to what I am here to show you. I need to slow down a bit, seriously. I just yabber on, don't I? I'm sorry about that. Right, we need to start clearing all the rubble on this spot, because it's driving up the wall, and we need to, in fact, all of you, come over here and start sorting this out. What are you doing? That way. Come on, get the ore over here. We need to clear this so that we can start building here. I mean, technically you don't. It's just slightly a bit of a pain if you're trying to build something and there's already pieces of ore there. And it's well, let's try it, I suppose. Let's just see what happens. Maybe they'll pick up the stuff that's right next to it and then just put it back down 2 minutes for me to select it. Yes, they will. Okay, that's brilliant. Back in the old days, if you used to build a building, like for example if I built something here that needed ore, because everything needs ore, and there was already ore there, they'd get horribly confused by that concept, because there's already ore there, but they need to put ore there, so it would get very confusing. And they didn't have the little silhouettes before, so it was impossible to define which were the correct pieces of ore and which weren't the correct pieces of ore, so it all really got very confusing very quickly, and everybody was all very sad about it. So anyway, let me put a piece of power path there as well. Yes, further to constructions of buildings, you can't build anything in front of a recharge seam apart from power path, so I couldn't, for example, build like a support station there or anything. I couldn't do that. Right, let me upgrade this and get our power station slotted in right about there. And then we'll probably put, I don't know, maybe the support station, I don't know, there, I suppose. I'd like to have it sort of more there, actually, so I might put a piece of power path there and then destroy that and then clear that away. Power path, unlike other types of buildings, you don't get your resources back when you've done it, but it's only 2 pieces of ore. So at the end of the day, it's not an enormous faff, particularly since there's usually more than an abundance of ore in any place you go. So that's usually absolutely nothing to worry about. And it just allows you to sort of slot everything in a little bit more nice, a little bit more neatly, perhaps. So let me just do that. I just want to slip that in right there. There we go, just to make that look all nice and tidy. And still doesn't look very tidy, but it could look more tidy if I wasn't quite such a twit. Anyway, what is the main thing in this mission that I want to show you, besides me blabbering on endlessly and probably very boringly? What do I want to show you? The main thing I want to show you is the second primary antagonist of this game, which obviously isn't in the game yet, because no monsters are in the game, as you can tell from the way that there are no guns. Because as I might be able to show you, I'm not entirely sure, once we find someone who's not doing anything. Yes, you. How many tools can I show you? Okay, so basically there's the drill, there's the spade, there's the hammer, there's the spanner, and there's the... What? Feed rock... Hang on a minute, sorry, this is confusing me. Yeah, let me just carry on my train of thought first there. So that these are not all of the tools, there are also other tools. There are guns, there's 3 different types of guns, and there's also something called a sonic blaster, which basically just is a device that drops a big pulse. Right, so we need to upgrade this so that we can get some dynamite going. So those are the different weapons that you have, and the pulse is useful for the enemy that I want to hopefully show you a little bit of something about in this mission. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. My normal troops aren't coming down. Why are my normal troops not coming down? Why is that a thing that's happening? Oh gosh. Right, you may as well all upgrade then, just for the sake of being able to carry another device. What's gone wrong with you? Oh, okay, you just want a breather. Okay, that's absolutely fine. I can understand why you want to have a breather before you have to run away. Yes, because you probably want lots of energy so that you can do that effectively. Okay, I don't know why my normal troops aren't coming down. That's confusing me a little bit. But, yeah, in fact, that's confusing the living daylights out of me. But never mind, I'll figure out why that's happening. But yes, the recharge seems to, again, try and come back to my original point before drifting off on another random tangent. The recharge seems, surprisingly, recharge things. if you have crystals, then this particular enemy that I'm going to show you has a certain desire for crystals. Well, all the enemies have a desire for crystals, but these have a very specific desire in the sort of sucking department, as it were. They very much like to suck the energy right out of the crystals and drain them. So if you imagine like a crystal is like a rechargeable battery, they just drain all of the electricity out of it and leave it as a completely useless empty battery. And these recharge schemes can be used to undo that, you see, because they're like a massive energy crystal, which kind of begs the question why we don't just pry them out of the rock and take them back to power the LMS Explorer. But who knows these things? I certainly don't. I don't know anything. I don't even know what day it is. Seriously, I haven't got a clue. I think it's Tuesday. Could easily be Friday. I haven't a clue. Just the sight of this thing scares me.
Slimy slug.
And that's not dirty. Stop it. Stop it at once. Yes. They are called slimy slugs.
Slimy slug.
And they come out of slimy slug holes. Yes. Which sounds like a really, really, really disgusting description of something. But anyway. Yeah, I want to actually talk about something else that I found up here at the top, which actually, you know what, it's high time I did, so I might as well actually show you the main menus. There we are. I'll just scooch myself over here for a moment, just so that I can show you how the actual whole menu works, basically. The only bits that you couldn't see is that there's a button to teleport people, and there's obviously the button for building buildings, and then for vehicles. And then when you have a person, you stand here and you get mightily confused why no one's going off to hammer these walls. Who doesn't have hammers? Not that. Hammers, hammers. Everyone's got hammers. Is hammering not a high priority? Hammering is the top priority. Friends? Is it because they're too far away? What? Oh, because they can't go there. Sorry, back in the old days, people used to be able to go down gaps like this. Now they can't do that anymore. They need a full clear space to fit through. I am sorry about it. But anyway, let me show you the thing that I keep trying to tell you about. Before, there was this button, which says, oh, I'm still covering things up. Eat a sandwich. Can only do if Rock Raider is carrying a sandwich, otherwise goes to get one at the nearest support station or canteen if applicable. Command get sandwich. A sandwich. Oh, suddenly everything makes an awful lot more sense. So they can get a sandwich at a canteen, and they carry it as an item. I see. I thought they changed... Sorry, let me move myself back. Yeah, I thought they changed the game such that you could only eat sandwiches at a support station or a canteen. As it transpires, that's actually complete rubbish, and they can easily do that. They just need to have a sandwich. Previously, in the old days, we copied the vortex technology that chucked us into a different galaxy or whatever it is, and we built tiny vortexes in our Rock Raiders pockets, which were connected to the canteen on the LMS Explorer. So they have this big portal on the LMS Explorer, and they just constantly making sandwiches and chucking them into the portal, and then they just appear in the Rock Raiders pockets, and then they could just eat them whenever they wanted. Versus now, you actually have to, well, do it properly instead of doing it naughtily. So that's interesting. That's interesting to see that they've done that. So yeah, this is going to be a right pain in my backside if all of these people aren't my normal people. So I don't know why that's happening. It could be because I at the end of the last video I just went back onto the LMS Explorer just to just sort of explore around the crew section a little bit to try and figure out a little bit of the mechanics. Didn't really do very well in my whole learning process, but I did my best. But at the end of that, depending on how much time we have, I might go back in and show you a little bit more of that. But anyway, it's enough dalliances. Let's actually get on with building some more stuff, shall we? Because we need to build something quite large in order to get through this area. We should probably get on with doing that. So anyway, allow me to build us a little bit further and knock down a few more things, and then we will come back. We've got the air now, so we might as well get some... Ah, finally! We've actually got one of my own people back. Do you want my own people as well? Yeah, now you people are coming down. I don't know why you people are being... I don't know why you people are coming down later than the untrained people. Makes no sense. What I might do, actually, is just customize my named folks just a tiny bit. Just make them slightly differentiatable from the standards. people. I do like the standard image very much so. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh. I don't mean to laugh, I'm sorry. They're just trying to do their jobs and get the ore, but the ore is just slightly within the blast radius of the dynamite, so they're running out, running back, running out, running back. It's just... I'm sorry. Sorry, I'll try to be a bit more professional, shall I? Yeah, I might just customize the appearance of them ever so slightly, like maybe, I don't know, give them some texturing on their legs or something. Just something to make them ever so slightly more definable in comparison to the standard people, just that I always definitely know who's here. Because it would be a little bit of a pain if I didn't. Let's use some hotkeys, which are amazingly useful, I should say. I don't think I ever actually mentioned these, but yeah, the hotkeys are lovely. Particularly when you're trying to do a lot of things on this, or a lot of the same thing on a wall. And you can just sort of run along and get it all reinforced or all drilled out or a load of rubble cleared or something like that. Or you just want to wallop the microphone. Whatever you want to do, hotkeys let you do that so much more efficiently. And that's what I like for sort of what I suppose you would consider like a top-down real-time strategy, resource gathering, base defending sort of thing. Efficiency is in high demand. So I'm glad that we have that. Right, anyway, how many crystals do we now have? We now only have 1 in spare because we've got 3 powering buildings. Yeah, so we actually only have 1 now. Great. This could take a long time, but hopefully I'm going to get us another big drilling machine, and then could you finish that job, please? Hopefully I'll get us another big drilling machine, and then we'll be able to blast through all of this, and I'll be able to show you something kind of cool. And not my hiccups. Where's that happening? That's happening over there. Yeah. Again, this is another mission that has really, really long pathways. But, yeah. One thing that I have just noticed, which I'm not wholeheartedly in favour of, which I should emphasise, this may just be something that they are going to implement in the future, but isn't here yet. Previously, back in the old days, you used to have like a notification tab, even though, you know, this was 1999 and mobile smartphones were, you know, pixie dust in a madman's dreams. But, yeah, you used to have like a little notification bar here that came across to tell you different pieces of information. And it would tell you things like, you know, an energy crystal has been found, or a landslide has occurred, or a monster has appeared, or whatever. Basically anything that has the little voiceover appearing to tell you that something has happened, a notification would appear there. And you'd be able to click on it, and then click on the little arrow which would take you to it, for example. So if it said a landslide has occurred, a little notification would appear down here in the corner, and you'd be able to click on it, and then it would automatically take you to, for example, here, where it has occurred, so you can sort the problem out, which was a nice little feature. I would assume they're going to implement that at some point in the future, considering that was not an integral gameplay mechanic exactly, but it was, you know, a useful and appreciated little bit of the game that I feel it might be slightly incomplete without. So, hopefully, that will be coming at some point. But, anyway, that's completely relevant. Let's blow this up. Let's have a big explosion. I absolutely love that. Because as I would presume you've probably noticed at some point, you can't have a single square of rock. The rock has to be connected to something. It can't just be a single solitary square of rock. It has to be connected by... I should really get this sorted out before people start dying awful, awful deaths. I was really rather hoping... Yes, at least one of you is doing that. Yeah, you can't have a piece of rock on its own. It has to be connected to something. So, for example, as you've probably noticed me do many times, if you blow up, for example, this piece of rock, if this was hard rock, you see, this piece will go with it, you see, which is very convenient. Or if you had these 2 pieces were hard rock, if you blow up this piece will go with it, because it can't be just on its own. It has to be like part of a bigger sphere. So it's always nice when you have like an outcropping of 3 different pieces of rock. As we had directly along here, because then when you blow up the middle piece, both of the pieces on the side go with it, and it's really, really spectacular to watch that big explosion blow up so much stuff. But anyway, enough about my desire to watch the world burn, and let's get back to thinking about this game. Should we get a granite grinder? Because we haven't actually had a granite grinder yet. I haven't shown you the granite grinder. We've seen the chrome crusher plenty, so maybe it would be nice to show you a new thing. And I'd very much like to explore this jumping mechanic they talk about in this in this. They say has the ability to jump over one tile for maximum maneuverability, which to me sounds rather odd and exciting. So I'm quite interested in that concept. So let me blow up some more bits and bobs in the hope that we find a few more crystals. We just need a couple more, and then we'll have enough to... Maybe you should eat, because to be honest with you, some of you are in quite bad shape. I have a serious problem with losing my train of thought. I have no idea what I was talking about. Probably talking about the granite grinder and how amazingly cool it is. Oh well, never mind. At least one of them got done. Right, come on, let's get another couple crystals. Yes! Just the one? Alright, I can live with just the one. I can live with just the one. Right. Never mind. I've also noticed the way they walk is different. For example, you see here, he's sort of standing up straight as he walks. You might have noticed as the man who used to be carrying the dynamite was walking, they kind of walk a bit sort of stooped over, as if they've got a little bit of a hunchback or something, just to point out the fact that they are going for sandwiches, which is a useful piece of information, because if you don't have these on, then of course you don't know that they want sandwiches. So that's a useful little additional piece of information that they give you in a very logical way, which is nice. Very nice indeed. Boom. Brilliant! Excellent, and that means we can send the granite grinder on to do this thing. I'd like to upgrade the granite grinder as well, but that's going to take quite a few crystals. So, we could blow through this, and then have the granite grinder go through there. No, the vehicles are a little bit faster than they used to be, so it should be absolutely fine. Let's get ourselves a big beastie of a machine. Where's me? Where's me and my beautiful face? Oh, me and my beautiful face are being blinded by a massive crystal. Okay. No, someone else has gotten it now. Oh, goodness, she's a lot faster than she used to be. Let's have a drive of... Oh, my giddy aunt. The animation on those... whatever they are, those jets on the back is really, really impressive. How do I jump with this thing? Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. Whoa, whoa there, my good friend. Let's get ourselves into a slightly more open environment where we can have a better look at this problem. Oh my giddy aunt. That is incredible. I love that so much. Let's drill through this with my great big nose. That is fantastic. I love that. I absolutely love that. Oh, that's good, because I was thinking of blowing through that to get enough crystals to make an upgrade station, but as it transpires, there were not enough crystals in there to make an upgrade station. Wow. I love this. This is so pretty. Look at it. It's massive. It is literally just a massive drill on a pair of legs, and I love that. Reminds me of the big two-legged walkers that were in that other, I think it was 90s, maybe late 90s, early 2000s Lego theme. I can't remember what it was called. I want to say it was called Life on Mars, but I'm starting to think that it wasn't called Life on Mars, because I think there was another theme that came later that was very similar, but was substantially more different from that was called Life on Mars. So forgive me if that's the case. I'm talking about the one that had the crazy pastel 70s colours on everything, had massive walkers, and was amazingly cool. And that for some reason I still have a packet of bubble gum from the year I was born in the other room. Yes, that is a long story, but don't worry about that. Let's just keep on drilling through this, because when we start busting through a little bit further in here, there's something rather cool that I want to show you. A little sort of phenomena that you find from time to time in particular little spots in this game. Something quite cool, quite exciting, that I want to show you. I'm just going to have to drill through here. But the animation, look at the animation on those. That is so pretty. So I can see what they've done. They've taken, you see the little sort of green cones either side of the logo just behind the back of my cabin? Yeah, this is what I want to show you. Oh, look at all those crystals. There must be, what, 10 there, I think? Yeah, I think there's 10. And guess what? As they say in the adverts, that's not all. Because I'm going to show you even more. But yeah, those little cones, they've got 3 of them in the back. And what they've done is they've changed the texture to be a really, really cool blue and purple thing. It's all shiny. It's lovely. Really, really pretty. It really is gorgeous. Oh, Look at that. Look at the absolute mess of crystals on the floor right now. This is a beautiful sight. This is a lovely, lovely thing. And guess what? There's even more. So what, there may be a good 40 crystals there? I don't know. But anyway, let me knock down a few more of these walls. We'll quickly pick up all of these things, and that will probably be enough for this video. So give me a couple of minutes to do a little bit of tidying and prep for these things, and then we'll come back. Okay? Oh, it's a lovely day today. Because what I can see is just a sea of crystals for me. That actually worked kind of well. Not the singing was terrible, but the lyric writing was actually pretty decent. Oh, God, this is so pretty, right? Because not only are crystals, just from their semantics, an absolutely gorgeous and wonderful thing that I love with all my heart, these ones are really pretty. They've really got the glow on them just right, because they look powerful. They look like they've got electricity in them, or whatever form of. I don't know if there's any real life crystals that hold power. I don't know if any geologists might possibly know anything about that. Then please do. I'd be very appreciative if you might let me know if there's any crystals in real life that contain any sort of power or anything. But they just look really pretty. They're such an attractive concept. They're such an attractive idea. And that's always really nice, that I've always liked about this game. That the idea of what you're doing, your task is to collect these things. And they are really attractive. I don't know why human beings find gemstones attractive. I don't understand that part of our psychology. But why is no one getting this one? Come on, someone get this one. This one's really close by. Anyway, what was I? Oh yeah, human psychology. I don't know why human beings find gemstones and shiny things so attractive, because usually everything when it comes down to human desire is usually pinned back on it helps us survive. You're not helping us survive because you're not picking up crystals. Crystals should be our top priority. Are they not our top priority?
Increase priority level.
There we are, that's a bit better. Sorry. Yeah, it usually goes back to human survival. Like, I don't know, try to think of an example that won't paint you in a bad light. I don't know. Being scared of spiders, for example. You might say that being scared of spiders as an Englishman who lives in England is rather stupid, because of course we don't have any poisonous or dangerous or venomous or whatever the word is spiders in this country. So why exactly should I be afraid of them? And of course people can say, oh well, that's because we came from people who lived in places where there were dangerous spiders, so it's like it's a genetic leftover, or whatever they want to call it, which I don't just think that means a 3 billion code that spells out the word lasagna again and again and again. Was that a decent joke? I don't know. I feel like the joke might have been too scientific. I don't know. But I can't think of any survival reason why we would find, shiny stones at all attractive. Except, I don't know, maybe like, a shiny stone could be made to use as spear or something. I don't know. It's just really nice, I think, that the game has this objective that you need to do, and it's a physically attractive objective as well as a semantically attractive objective, if that makes any sense, which it probably doesn't, because I'm a bit of a twit. But anyway, that's enough of that. We collected up all of those crystals. No, we haven't. We've nearly collected up all those crystals. We're going to have 57 crystals. 57. My second lucky number. Oh, we're not. We're going to have 58. That's kind of screwed it up, because 58 is not my second lucky number. It's not even my third lucky number. I don't even have a third lucky number. You might think I'm weird for having a second one. And you're right. I am weird. But anyway. We are done.
Support station.
Let's go. I do find it a bit sad that the music stops the minute you start beaming people out. It's like, okay, that's enough of that. Right, fun's over.
Very good in that confined space, and you've collected all 20 energy crystals. Outstanding. Mission complete.
72, wow, I didn't think there were 72 crystals now. Brilliant. Okay, so what else have we got then?
Split down the middle.
Oh, split down the middle is quite fun. I can't really show you split down the middle. We might do one more video, I don't know. I'm trying to pick missions that don't have, that's why I'm not doing I Spy. I'm trying to pick missions that don't have monsters in them. Which I wouldn't have done Frozen Frenzy, because it does have monsters in it. But you have to do that one to actually progress. So I don't know. We might do one more video. I don't know, but that's enough of that. I apologise if I've been swooning again throughout this, but honestly, I think you get the point by now. I just think this is amazing. I'm so pleased with this, and I love this so much. But anyway, hopefully that showed off a few more things with the granite grinder and its jumping mechanics. We saw some water, we saw some boats, we saw Bandit, we saw Doc in action, we saw the lava in action. We actually saw quite a lot today. So anyway, that's enough for the 4th episode of this. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for joining me. Look after each other, and good night.